The question has been asked a gazillion times, will wealth bring happiness? Or maybe said a different way, can money buy happiness? And honestly, that is for me a super vulnerable question. So my wife and I, we're here in our robes, and today we're here in my master bedroom, and we're going to be giving you a little bit of a voyeur-esque journey into kind of the private part of my life as I try to give you the best answer that I can, because we know what rich people might say, we know what poor people might say, right? I mean, think about how the world feels about money as a whole. You know, you've got on the one hand poor people that think that rich people are bad. I mean, admit it, there is that sentiment that's out there, but let's be honest, that's just poor people being jealous, wishing that they actually had more money. And on the other hand, you've got rich people that live a total different lifestyle, whether it's in supercars or private jets or traveling the world. And does that actually make them bad? You've got the Bible that says that money is the root of all evil, but instead, it actually technically says that the love of money is the root of all evil. And we're not here to talk about is money good or bad, or, you know, because the reality is that it's neutral. People even say money doesn't grow on trees. BS. Money grows on trees. It's paper. Where do you think it freaking comes from? So listen, I hope you're not uncomfortable. If I'm here in my bathrobe, I'm just getting a little bit naked with you to really give you the naked truth and just share with you a perspective that you may not actually have on whether money is good or bad, or whether it will actually bring happiness or not. And I'm gonna start this video off by being highly controversial. Will money bring happiness? I'm going to dare to say yes, but I need to qualify that, because I know some of you are gonna start judging me up the wazoo, and you'll read about it in the comments below, right? I'm here in my master bedroom, and this is a private place. I don't shoot videos in my master bedroom. I'm here in my robe. I normally am a little bit better dressed. The reason why I'm here shooting the video in such a vulnerable place, in such a private, intimate place, is because for me, this is an intimate question. Will money bring happiness? I could just throw out the cheap answer and I'm gonna get judged. Instead, I wanna take you on a little bit of a journey. Come with me. In this video, I am gonna share with you two things that does determine happiness. Money absolutely does factor into that, right? This is my master bathroom. These are our beautiful furnishings in our new house. And for me, I want you to understand something. I'm showing you this because my house feels and sounds and smells like a day spa. Like, I used to live a highly stressed life. Like, I was way too busy traveling the world, doing all this business. My mind wouldn't shut off. I felt like I was working 120 hours a week. Maybe you felt that way before. This house in the mountains it's a multi-million-dollar house, and it's a house that brings me into a space of peace, tranquility, and this house costs money. Check this out. So before I kind of reveal the truth on this for you, this is my master closet. So I'm leaving all of my underwear out for you.
Hi.
There's Glenn. So come over here. I want to show you something. This is my man jewelry drawer. No laughing, men, but I know you have one of these too, right? And I just wanted to show you some of the things that I have in this drawer. Now, I've spent a lot of money on watches that I've collected over the years. There was a time in my life when it was all about how expensive and how big and how fat or how sleek and how slim of a watch. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had an incredible life. I've been able to do things that most people only dream of, or most people will never even know to think about. And the biggest part of what wealth has done is it has created an opportunity for extraordinary experience. So I'm actually a really big fan of money. Not the love of money, but money is a tool in what it can do. So like, if you check this out, this drawer is littered with experiences and memories, okay? This is actually Jaguar. Sorry, PETA, don't get pissed, but I picked this up in the Amazon, and this is an actual piece of Jaguar. I took my daughter to Peru, and before we went deep into the Amazon jungle, we stayed in this tree house like 60 feet above the ground. We woke up in the morning, there's no walls, there's just nets, and we had a troop of monkeys coming through, something my 11-year-old daughter will never forget. We got to hike the Incan Trail. My daughter did that. Like, it was a crazy, challenging hike. But if you want to go to South America and have a trip like the way we did it, guess what? That costs a lot of money. I have a memory, a memento of that. My wife and I, when we were in Bora Bora, I actually went down and dove for pearls, and I pulled a pearl out of a clam under the water. Bora Bora, out of all the beaches I've been around the world, it is, for me, currently, to date, the most beautiful. Tel Aviv in Israel might have the softest sand. This is this is something that I had custom made for me, these 3 pearls. They're black pearl you can only get in Bora Bora. This is just a really nice memento of one of the most romantic trips I ever took with my wife. Gonna break our travel rule. Normally we don't go anywhere twice before we've gone everywhere once. We're going back to Bora Bora, honey. In here, I picked this up this was on our trip to Kenya, and this is where we were actually doing this huge charitable project. We were building out an orphanage and bringing electricity to the orphanage, and we supplied beds and helped build them a school, a bedroom, dormitory. Got to do all sorts of incredible projects. This is just a beautiful, reminder of what that is. I've got things here just from all over the world in my world travels. My wife and I, we love to go and do some exotic rock hounding with a friend of ours he is probably one of the best rock hounders in the world. Look what I had him make me. For my birthday, my wife had him make me this custom dinosaur bone. Honey, what's that in between rock right there?
Pachygem chrysocolla.
Very, very rare, very expensive. That actually, those are dinosaur cells that you're looking at, right? I have all these custom rings that I've had made. I actually made this one myself out of a hex nut, and it's very warrior-esque. It's called the Gladiator. My brother makes rings for a living, and I actually helped design a ring. We picked this one up in St. Thomas. You got a matching piece. These blue diamonds, that is the color of the water that's out there. Now, you could be watching this and thinking, okay, Kris, when are you going to answer my question? Why are you showing me this? All of these experiences, these treasures that I have, they cost money. I mean, right here, there's a picture of my family's manifesto. We took time and sat down and designed what is most important to our family when it comes to being conscious creators, our faith, work, service, being responsible, self-sufficient, health and fitness, education, friendship, love. These are the 10 tenets of what it means to be a crone. And crones, every morning, we repeat after Dad and say, crones make good choices, right? But this is the byproduct of an inspired life where I could spend literally now millions of dollars on my private education, being out of work since I was 26 years old, and designing something like this not just takes time, but it costs money. So my house is just filled with these incredible, precious life memories. And so again, I share it with you because I want you to understand something. All this stuff costs money. We live in a world where money is a tool. And money, you also need to understand, I learned from one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, money is a game. And money has rules. And if you learn the rules, then you can be wealthy. Like I do it through real estate. Every week I'm buying homes. On these homes, by the time I sell them years later, I average between $5,000 and $20,000 an hour. That's what my time is worth when I do real estate. Well, listen, when you're making 10 grand an hour, 15 grand an hour, guess what? You can actually win a lot of your life back where you don't need to spend so much time working, because right now my work hours, my work schedule is based on my kids' schooling. They go to school, they're in a special school, they go to school Monday through Thursday. And when they're in school, I work. And when they're not in school, I'm not working. I want to be there at the crossroads. So you just got to check out this amazing view, because this is probably why this house costs so much, is just check out, it is so quiet here. It is so silent. It's so beautiful. We always have deer, wild turkey walking through our property. We've got foxes, we've got elk. This is a very, very special part of the world. And part of my day spa, if you will, this is my fortress of solitude. This is my place of tranquility for me and my wife. I know that elevation, mountain air, trees, all year round green, snow, because I love the snowboarding. Those are all elements that get me into a really grounded state. But guess what? Those things cost money. And so I want to share with you 2 things right now when we talk about, does money buy happiness? I want to share with you 2 things that I think are critical in understanding the answer to that. Sorry, this is my old man rocking chair that I'll just come out here and I'll be in the hammock, or I'll be cooking something up on the stove that's plugged into the gas. And this is my office. Like, I don't really have an office anywhere. It's just here where I make my videos, where I talk with you, and then my phone is where I'm jamming, and my live events is where I'm helping people create wealth. Here's the reason why I'm so passionate about money and why I wanted to get really naked with you and answer this question. It's because money is one of those things that if you can correct, it touches everything. If you don't have money, it's because you don't understand the rules of creating wealth. And it might be because your underpinnings, your thinking underneath might be struggling with this idea of, is money good or bad? What will it mean if I am a religious person or if I'm an atheist? And I want to share with you the two things that I believe are most important in understanding the answer to this question. The first one is that money has nothing to do with happiness. Your perception has everything to do with happiness. Your perception is your worldview. It's your paradigm. It's what you see when you look out your eyes. Now, you have trained your thought system to either look for billion-dollar ideas, million-dollar ideas, six-figure ideas, or minimum wage ideas. Like, you have set the thermostat on life with how you actually feel about money, right? Your perception. So rule number one is really your perception that determines happiness. Because listen, take everything away from me. I could be totally poor, but I have the ability to go into my mind palace and think of all of my favorite positive memories, and boom, I can shift my energy. In fact, just a little quick side tangent for you. Next time you're feeling negative, sad, upset, frustrated, angry, pause, take a deep breath, and start thinking and reliving one of your favorite memories. You'll watch your energy shift if you relive it like it happened right then in that moment, okay? So it is our perception and the way that we direct our thoughts that determines happiness. However, point number two, when I say money does buy happiness, what I mean is that money is the means of purchasing freedom. And I'm gonna tell you that the thing that has had the biggest impact on my natural feeling of peace, tranquility, and happiness, fulfillment in my life, comes down to one word: freedom. And it takes money to buy freedom if we're talking about freedom in terms of time, as in do what you want with your life, or at least have your time back to do what you want, right? I mean, the reason why I've been to so many different countries, and I'm about to go to Abu Dhabi, I'm about to go on the other side of the world on a walkabout and just a spiritual soul search journey. Later in the spring, I'm gonna be taking my family to New Zealand. There's a red stag with my name on it, a warrior beast that I need to have a very intimate experience with. I'm having this world travel experience. I'm here in my peace of tranquility, or I'm jamming on my videos and doing the things that I love in life. And I can do all of that because I have the freedom to. Now, I'm not talking about freedom like I'm an American, I'm free. I'm talking about I'm free because I no longer am slave to a job to do whatever my boss tells me so I can make money. Now, you might have a job that you love and it might be actually perfect. So there's a small percentage of people that have one of those. Most people hate what they do and they want more money because they want freedom so that they can actually live the life of their dreams. So when I say, does wealth bring happiness? Yes. Wealth is actually, I believe, a really important component because it means that I not only have my time back, but I also have the financial means to do the things that I want in life. I want to invite you to think, what would you do if you were free? What would you do if you were emancipated from a job or the need of one? What would you do if you had the ability to do what you wanted with your life? I want to show you one more thing. It's not always going to be good weather in this house. It's going to be snowing outside. The deck is heated, so we'll be enjoying that hot tub on the deck when it's snowing. Oh, I got to let my cat in. Here you go, Fritz. People always comment on my cat and say, dude, it's feeding time. That cat is so big. Just watch the comments, they'll say it. Since I moved into this house, I've been training some new habits. My wife was asking me, she said, it would be so awesome if you could help cook for the family. I'm tired of doing it. And honey, have I been doing it? I've been having, right, a lot more, right? Gourmet kitchen makes that a lot easier to do, but this is what I wanted to show you. Come here. You see this room? This room for me is kind of like a temple. It's sacred, it's a sanctuary. I don't want the kids running around in here. This is a place, just this very morning before I shipped my kids off to school, I said, come gather by the window. I put on some meditative music, I closed their eyes, I grounded them. When they opened their eyes, we started talking about all the things that we're grateful to God for, this world that He's created for us. And as I'm sitting here, I know that I'm giving my children a childhood and an experience that's unique, something that I can give them because, once again, money has created freedom and the opportunity to do things that I couldn't do otherwise. This house is not cheap. It costs money, but it's not a financial burden because I've mastered the game of money. Does money bring happiness? I think that it is an important component of impacting our perception which absolutely determines our natural state of happiness. And I would also tell you that without training, people with more money likely often feel less stressed than people without money. And with training, whether you do or don't have money, you can absolutely be an incredibly happy soul. We have a yearning, a hunger for freedom. We have a yearning, we have a desire to want to live the life of our dreams. And for that to happen, you need to learn the rules of the game. And if you don't know the rules of the game, I can teach them to you. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, I'm gonna invite you to subscribe to it. If you wanna learn the rules that can actually help create the lifestyle that you want, click the link in the description below and speak with a member of my team and let us actually show you that whether you got money or no money, I started with nothing, let's actually show you how you can create the life that you want. Ultimately, your perception and choice determine happiness. But learning the rules of the games of money and making that money will make it easy to alter your perception so that you can actually live a more fulfilling life. And I think that's what we're all after. So friends, thanks for watching this video. Check out the link. We'll see you on the next video.